Ciao, sono Marlena and welcome to my Italian home. My name is Marlena. I am studying music and theater back home, but here I am studying opera, and I'm living in a homestay family. I chose to stay in a homestay because I knew I would never have the chance to do it again as a college student, but also because just being able to share a country with people that know it and that can share part of their culture with you felt like a unique opportunity. The best thing about living with an Italian family is being able to share part of your day with them and have them share part of their day with you. I think the most surprising part of being at homestay is how much I would be in the space. I don't know why I imagined it only using my own room, but I ended up, being in the living room and the kitchen quite often, and it's made it feel a lot more like home than I thought it would at first. In terms of I feel like I would feel the exact same if I was not living in homestay, because at the end of the day, you go in of the house, you go out of the house as you please. My favorite spot in the house is the kitchen because there's so much light coming in and it's always happy and there's always food. This is my favorite room of the house. This is also where I just start my day and I make my breakfast, and breakfast is really important to me, even though Italians don't have as heavy as a breakfast as I do. I love that I can see all the little baby pictures of Benny and Simona and Filippo. And then we just watch TV when we have dinner, and I just love the Italian TV shows. It's like a guessing word game and I can never guess anything because I don't speak Italian, but it's always fun. Yes, I would definitely recommend other students to stay in a homestay family because just staying on your own, you'll have the chance to do that years from now. You'll probably have an apartment anywhere in the world later in the future, but you'll never have the chance to truly connect with people from other culture in the same way as when you're living with them. Thank you for visiting me, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.
Hi, I'm Brenna. Welcome to my Italian home. So I'm Brenna. I study English at my home institution of University of Puget Sound in Washington State. Here I'm studying specifically literature and cinema. Before I left, I talked to my Spanish teacher and said, okay, I'm going abroad. I'm thinking about doing homestay, but I'm a little bit nervous. I know that you've had some experiences abroad. What would you suggest? And he started telling me all these wonderful stories about the couple of times that he's actually gone abroad. For me, coming in not speaking any Italian, I wanted a family to support me and tease me and have somewhere to go where I come home and there are people that I can say hello to that are a part of the culture that I'm trying to become a part of. I do think I was expecting more restriction because I'm used to, the only comparison I have is either living with college roommates or living with my parents. This is not like living with my parents, and it's not like living with college roommates. The best thing about living with an Italian family is that my host siblings are all in their 20s, and so I get to pretend that I was born and raised in Milan. I can speak like I know the slang, I can speak like I know where things are, and they can show me all of the things that a normal tourist would never find. I would absolutely recommend choosing to do homestay instead of the alternative options for housing for anyone studying abroad. I definitely think that a lot of people are scared that it will be like moving back in with your parents, but it's absolutely not. And I think that a lot of the fears that hold people back from doing homestay are the same fears that you had for doing study abroad in general. My favorite part of my average day in Milan is the fact that when I moved in, I was told that I did actually have to take on a household chore. I'm responsible for watering the plants on my balcony. All right, thanks for coming. It was a pleasure to have you. A presto.
Ciao, my name's Henry, and welcome to my Italian home. Hi, my name's Henry. I'm an economics student from Santa Clara University. I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, but now I'm studying in Milan through IES. Why I chose to stay in a homestay? Well, originally for me, I really wanted to immerse myself in Italian culture, learn what it was like to live in an Italian family, and especially learn the language. I'd say one of the most interesting parts about living with a homestay family is all of the people I get to meet and the culture I get to experience. I've got to meet a lot of people and see a lot of parts of Italian culture that I didn't know about before, and I'm glad I got to know. When I moved into the homestay, I wasn't the biggest fan of cats, but their cat, Chino, waits for me every day on my bed when I get home from school and always follows me around the house, no matter what I do. So I've really grown fond of him and taken a liking to cats. I think the biggest difference between where I'm from in Seattle and Milan is that it's a very fast, exciting metropolitan city. I've never really lived in a city like this before where everyone's constantly moving, but it's very fun at the same time. People still take the time to enjoy each other's company. Although there are a lot of great places to hang out inside the house, I think my favorite would definitely be the terrace. It's a very cool and unique spot for Milan, and I just like spending a lot of my time up there. When I come home from school, I get to sit up here, enjoy the views and the fresh air, and I also get to do homework or just call people, read a book. It's a very nice, chill place to relax and hang out. If you're someone looking for a true experience of culture, especially Italian culture, one of my biggest recommendations would be the homestay option. It's allowed me to meet new people from the Italian culture, experience new things and new customs, and I don't think my experience would be as diverse or as immersed if I didn't choose this option, so I'm very grateful for that. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you again soon. A presto.
Hi, I'm Marlena, and welcome to my Italian home. My name is Marlena. I am a senior at the University of Southern California. I'm studying math and economics with a minor in Italian. So I really prioritized learning the language, and I really wanted to immerse myself in Italian, both the culture and the language. The best thing about living with an Italian family is definitely the food. I've really enjoyed being able to try a lot of different foods from different regions that my family has prepared for me. It's been really lovely to learn about the variety of Italian cuisine, and also having a host dad from Tuscany. I eat a lot of Tuscan food, and a host mom from Milan. My favorite spot in the house is definitely this room here in the living room and dining room. I love how artsy it is, and the house really feels like a house, like it's people live here. A lot of times I'll just always stare out because Milan's beautiful, and I feel so lucky to be able to have such a great view. In the living room, I just adore all of the plants that we have, as well as the art. I really like antique and vintage things, and so I feel really lucky that my host family does as well. Also, there's a life-size Pinocchio, which is apparently Italian and definitely a conversation starter in the house. I would definitely recommend the Homestay Experience for my friends. I've really enjoyed it. I honestly couldn't imagine living in Milan and not being part of this family. It's just such a unique way to experience living in a foreign country. My host family has a house in the Alps, and so we've gone there a few times. So I've been hiking in the Alps, which is something I never thought I would say. But it also is nice to have someone who I feel like is looking out for me in Milan. So if I'm out and I send them a message, they'll make sure I get home okay, and just feels a little bit safer, which is nice too. Thank you for visiting me. Ciao!